what time it is? Oh yeah, it's time to start reading pips. And today we're actually going to go over how to start journaling your trades. A lot of people, they have it kind of misunderstood what it means by when it comes to journaling trades. And all that you're simply trying to do is ultimately determine whether your strategy works or whether it doesn't. And therefore, it's important that when you journal your trades, it's important not to skip out the losses, because the losses are really going to help you to cut out the fat from your trading routine, to cut out the excess, and to really refine your strategy. So you can do this by pen or paper or spreadsheet, but I'm going to actually show you how it is that I journal my trades, in hope that you will find a way which kind of suits you as well. If you're not good at Excel or spreadsheets, then you can do the same process on pen and paper. But for me, I personally prefer to do it on Excel. So ultimately, you know your confirmations, you know what it is that we're looking for. So the thing you want to do is you want to see how much you're going to win per trade and how much you're going to lose per trade. So the way that you do that is wherever the candlestick is at the time you're looking to enter the trade, then you measure the distance from your entry zone, or where the candlestick currently is, to your take profit, and from the entry zone to your stop loss. So you can do it like this and measure it with this measuring tool at the side. But for me, I actually prefer to see this little arrow right here, to click that and to press price range. You'll see why I prefer to do it this way. And what I like to do is wherever the candlestick is at that given time, you press there, and then you also press where the stop loss is. And you see where it says 230? That's actually 23 pips. For some reason, this does it in pipettes, which is kind of like the equivalent between centimeters and millimeters. So ultimately, take off the last number. If you see 230, then that's actually 23. If you saw 290, then that's actually 29. So that being said, 23 pips down from the price I'm looking to enter to my stop loss. And then you simply press it from where you're looking to enter to your first take profit, where you're looking to enter to your second take profit, and where you're looking to enter to your third take profit. That moves out of the way. Perfect. So now that I can see that if it hits TP1, I will be 13 pips up. If it hits TP2, I'll be 32 pips up. And if it hits TP3, I'll be 64 pips up. So now we need to take this data and put it onto a spreadsheet. The reason why I like using this tool as opposed to the measurement tool is when you measure it, it disappears. If I click from here to here, as soon as I click again, actually, so that's not a measurement tool. Yep, it disappears. Whereas when you use this price range tool, you find that it actually stays on the chart. Hence why I prefer using the price range tool. So now that you've got this information, we now need to extrapolate this. We now need to transfer this onto our spreadsheet. So the way that we do that is, you see where this little camera icon is, take a snapshot. And it's the same if you use normal Trading View, because again, Harmonic Scanner uses Trading View as their base platform. So it'll be the same. My computer wants to load. We'll wait a second. Okay, it doesn't like that at the moment. We'll come back to it. But either way, Trading View, you'll have a little camera icon in the corner also, whereby you can do the same thing. So keeping this example, if I click this camera icon, you'll find that I am presented with this image URL. So if I copy this, it now has taken a print screen of what I saw at the time. So now I just need to transfer this onto my spreadsheet. So I can click in here and press paste that link. And then if I do it like this, it'll probably be easier for everybody to see. Perfect. And then now I can transfer the data across. And the reason I like doing it like this as well is because, say if you was busy, like you could go about your day and come back later, click this link and transfer all the data across. But I'm going to do it now to show you a worked example. So almost at take profit already. I like this tool, so easy. So that being said, see where it says shark here. Now we can just fill in the blanks. shark. Time frame, we're on a 15-minute time frame. M15. Currency, CAD JPY. CAD JPY. This is a section which I leave after the trade is finished, so I will come back to that later on down the line. TP1, we had 13.6, so we'll round that to say 14 pips. 14. The second TP was 32. And TP3 was 64. Perfect. And it's that simple. Now, if this was to hit stop loss, then we know the distance between where we entered and our stop loss was 23 pips. So if it did hit stop loss, what I would do is, instead of writing 14, 32 and 64, if it did hit stop loss, instead I would have wrote whatever the distance between the entry and the stop loss was. So if it did hit stop loss, I would have wrote 23, 23 and 23. And for visual representation, I mark it red, just so I can see the wins from the losses easily, like you see that we previously done before. I mark it red so I know that it was a win or a loss. So that's all you do when it comes to journaling the trade. And then time, it's always good dropping that one in there as well. So the time right now is 16:05. And the date 23/06/2020. Now, this is all you need to do when journaling your trades. And it's always a good idea putting comments. So if there's anything that you learned from this trade, anything which didn't match out or go the way you wanted to, put a comment in. You notice that when we've done it before, we kind of put a comment, the trade cancelled after hitting take profit 1. This one I cancelled because there was a Euro news release. This one, I moved the stop loss to entry and got stopped out. This one was the coronavirus, which might have affected the market. So yeah, all of these kind of comments that you might be able to accumulate might also help you in this trading journey. So I'm going to enter a few more examples just so you can see how you can go about journaling your trades, and then we'll call it a wrap. So let's see if there's any more setups. Let's see if there's any more which are ready. Oh, this one's perfect. Okay, great. So see this one right here. We will do the same thing. So where the candlestick now is to your stop loss, which is 12.8 pips, and then we do it to TP1, we do it to TP2, and we do it to TP3, which isn't on the screen at the moment. 2 seconds. There you go. There to TP3. Awesome. So we'll do the exact same thing as last time. Now we've got this drawn out on our chart. Give it a quick print screen. Copy this link. Go to our spreadsheet. And now we can transfer the data across. So the link, we paste it. What is a pattern? Shark. We write that in. Time frame is at M15. We can't put an after photo in. What is it to TP1? Which will be minus 48. So plus 48. We won't round that one up. The second one is 83 pips. And the third one is 142 pips. Awesome. And that's how we can keep journaling our trades. Let me show you one more. Sorry, we missed a few boxes. NZD/USD as our currency pair. And we also have the time, which is 16:09. And then we also have a day, which is 23/06/2020. And that is simply how we journal our trades. I'll show you one more in case you missed it, and then we can be off to a winner. You can trade safe, trade smart, and please not too often. So I'm going to switch up the time frame, see if there's any on the bigger time frames. Oh, perfect. Oh, look at that one. That one is nice, and it meets our confirmations as well. Perfect. So one more time, we're going to do the exact same thing. This little measurement tool, in case you struggled to see where I found it in the first place, click this little drop down arrow, and then we click onto the price range tool. So how do we journal it? Nice and simple. Where the current price is to our stop loss, where the current price is to take profit 1, when the current price is to take profit 2, and where the current price is to take profit 3. Great. We print screen it, the little camera icon at the top corner, and then we copy. We can now translate this information across. So we paste that. Why are there so many sharks today? Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, wicked. Euro USD time 16/10, same date. Time, this one is actually on the hourly one, as you saw me change it earlier, and as you see there, we're on the hourly one. So time H1, pattern, another shark, and then we just transfer that information across. Now, when you transfer this information, it's up to you at what point you want to do this. You could do it right now, and if it hits those take profits, when it hits, what I tend to do is when it hits take profit 1, I will fill that in green. When take profit 2 is hit, I will fill it green. I'll fill it green. And then if take profit 3 hits, I too will fill that green. And that's simply it. If it doesn't hit the take profit, then you delete that, and obviously it would stay at 48, or you would put the stop loss value in. So finishing this one up, this last example, take profit 1, we've got 52 pips. Take profit 2, we've got 99 pips. And take profit 3, we've got 168 pips. Perfect. And then now it's literally a waiting game. And then when we come back to it later, whether it's the next day or whether it's a couple days later, with a harmonic scanner, I'd recommend, trying to check it. If you enter it in the morning, try to check it in the evening before the pattern deletes and it finds another pattern. But yeah, that's how to journal trades. So on that note, I hope that makes it a bit more simplified. Just to kind of show you a few examples of what we've done before and after, just so you can kind of see the logic behind it. So let's go on, say, this one. Come on, mouse isn't liking that. So the before and the after. You'll notice we've done the exact same thing. Obviously, but before, exactly the methodology which I showed you, we done exactly that. And then when it hit the take profit 1, 2, and 3, we print screened it after and put it on the chart. Likewise, let me show you a loss before and after, just so, like I said, a bit of transparency goes a very long way. So the loss before and the loss after. So obviously this one we entered same way which I just showed you, same methodology, and then it hit stop loss. So instead of putting the take profits, we actually put the distance between the stop loss and the entry, which in this one it was, I believe, 25 pips. So hopefully, yep, there you go, 25 pips. So yeah, a bit of transparency, bit of congruency, but that is ultimately how we journal our trades. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, trade safe, Trade smart and please don't trade too often.